I want to thank everybody who is joining us in the audience as we are about to begin our celebration for Asian American Pacific Islander Month. I know that we have a beautifully diverse AAPI community here in Montgomery County. It is the largest concentration of members of the Asian American and Pacific Islander community in the entire state. And that is represented not only by those of you who are all here today, but everybody who is so active in our community. And that diversity is now on full display here at the County Council, the most diverse council we have ever had, and that diversity is only enhanced by the inclusion and addition of Councilmember Kristen Mink, our first AAPI council member. That deserves a round of applause. And Councilmember Mink is one of a number of Asian American and Pacific Islander leaders here in Montgomery County, and I see a number are in the audience as well. I see Delegate Lily Chi is here. Sheriff Max Wee is here. School Board Member Julie Yang. Judge Chung Pak is here. And also Central Committee Shruti Bhatnagar is here as well. I think I got everybody. But you are all here because Montgomery County is a welcoming place. And we continue to work extremely hard for that diversity to shine, for everybody to feel safe and welcome and included. And that is why we are having this celebration today. And at the same time, you are all incredibly important parts of our community, sharing your stories, your cultures, your languages, your food. And for that, we are most appreciative. And for that, I'm going to turn it over to Councilmember Mink for some additional comments.
Thank you, President Glass. Thank you all so much for being here today. What a great day. Asian American and Pacific Islanders are, as President Glass mentioned, one of our county's largest and fastest growing groups. But there is no one story, of course, of the AAPI community. The AAPI community has an incredibly rich diversity of cultures, of religions, of languages, of experiences, and together the contributions of that vastly diverse AAPI community are an intimate and critical part of the legacy and the fabric and the story of Montgomery County. And I'm so glad to have you all here today to recognize that, to celebrate that. As I've mentioned before, when I first entered the race, I didn't realize that if I won, that I would be the first AAPI member of the Montgomery County Council, and I was quite shocked to realize it, because I remembered throughout COVID as we saw the increase in acts of hate, in words of hate towards the AAPI community. And I remember members of the county council and other county leaders standing up to say, I am so sorry that this is happening to you. Standing shoulder to shoulder with the AAPI community to say, I'm so sorry that this is happening to you. We will work to prevent this. We will work to combat this. And it was so meaningful to hear that, but it also struck me that there was nobody who could say, I'm so sorry that this is happening to us. That really matters. So I'm honored and humbled to be here with you today. I stand on the shoulders of leaders such as yourselves who have paved the way. And I look forward to working in partnership with all of you as we continue to further support the contributions that the AAPI community has long been making in Montgomery County. And I'm pleased to turn it over to council staff now. We have a fantastic video that has been put together by our illustrious communications team.
American and Pacific Islanders play a pivotal role in shaping our society, contributing immensely to all fields of life, from science and technology to the arts, politics, and activism. This year, we highlight their groundbreaking impact in service and government, the public sector, and in the fields of medicine, business, and education. Asian Americans have been making significant strides in the political sphere, with many serving in government at the federal, state, and local levels. Councilmember Kristen Mink made history when she became the first Asian American to serve on the Montgomery County Council.
I remember during the pandemic, as hate crimes against Asian Americans were spiking, and I remember members of the council, I remember the county, speaking out about that.
Our AAPI community contributes to every fabric and every corner of our society.
But I also remember them saying, we are so sorry that this is happening to you. And it really striking me that there wasn't anyone that they had who could say, I'm so sorry that this is happening to us. And that matters. That representation really matters.
Councilmember Mink.
To be the first Asian American to ever sit on the county council, that means a lot to me. I take it very seriously.
I'm wearing a cheongsam, which is a traditional Chinese dress.
And I'm also very proud of the Chinese heritage that I bring from my mom's side.
Born and raised in Montgomery County, Councilmember Mink became enthralled with the idea of having a fair and just community at a young age.
I think a lot of us as kids, we have a very strong drive towards fairness. And as I've grown up, I've started to better understand the mechanisms that need to be fixed, that need to be dismantled, that need to be addressed head on in order to really repair our systems and the inequities there.
Asian American-run nonprofits also play an important role in advocating for the rights of Asian American communities in various areas, including preserving and promoting Asian cultures and traditions. Through the teachings of hula, language, chant, music, and history, Halau Nahona Hawaii, a local nonprofit based in Silver Spring, has been working to build a stronger Hawaiian community in the area.
We're so excited to share a little bit of our love for Hawaiian music, culture, and dancing with all of you.
After having moved from his island of Oahu to Silver Spring, co-founder Kaimana Chi saw a need for a place that would nurture the Hawaiian culture and everything it stood for.
There's a gap missing, a gap where people had this desire to still practice Hawaiian cultural practices and to learn about Hawaiian music and learn Hawaiian dancing. So we didn't have that in Maryland, at least not in the area that we're in around Silver Spring area. So we thought we want to create a home for people that have left Hawaii or have connections to Hawaii or visited one time on a vacation and fell in love with the culture.
Our storytelling was translated into chant, later into music, and then dance was added into it.
The hula dance is an integral part of the Hawaiian culture, serving as a powerful expression of tradition, storytelling, and spirituality. Because there are so many moving parts to learning the hula dance, Kaimana has a team dedicated to helping him teach it.
All right, hands on your hips. Here we go. You guys ready? Pearly shells from the ocean,
Napua Kamakele, who also hails from Oahu, serves as the administrative director of the organization, but also focuses on teaching the Olelo Hawaiian language, the chanting Oli, and of course, the hula dance. She explains the importance it holds in the Hawaiian culture.
Hula is not like any other dance. Obviously, it's a native Hawaiian dancing. However, in any traditional hula halau, we have a kumu hula, which is kaimana for us. The kumu hula goes through what we call an uniki, or sort of a rite of passage, where you graduate and you become a kumu hula through the traditions of the kumu hula he taught under. And so within hula, you do have hula lineage. hula legacy. We are alaka'i that assist him in the teaching, but kaimana is our kumu hula, which loosely translates to master hula teacher.
The responsibility to preserve the Hawaiian culture is a shared one, passed down through generations, and requires a commitment from both the individuals and the community as a whole.
We want to stay true to who we are. We want to stay true to our kupuna, which is our ancestors, our grandparents and their parents, and all the values that they passed down. It's sort of our responsibility to continue to perpetuate that.
You learn the culture, you learn the history. It becomes an important part of who you are. We can leave the island, right? But that we always will have our culture. We will always take our culture with us no matter where we go.
Asian Americans have played a vital role in advancing healthcare and improving outcomes for patients. Eastern medicine has gained popularity over the years due to its holistic approach and effectiveness in treating various health conditions. East-West Wellness in Gaithersburg is a traditional Chinese medicine practice run by a 3-generation family. Dr. Mary Hongji, an acupuncturist, was influenced by this Eastern treatment early in life when her mother had a stroke.
My father was a physician, and he also knew the acupuncture. So he did acupuncture on my mother, okay, and my mother was paralyzed on one side, and after the treatment, she was fully recovered.
Later in her life, Dr. Hongji got married and was influenced by her mother-in-law, Dr. Chen.
With her inspiration and encouragement, I think I really pursued my career as an acupuncturist.
Dr. Hongji's daughter, Stacy Shin Ma, is the 3rd generation to join the practice.
My specialty is helping with musculoskeletal pain. So if someone comes to me with neck pain, shoulder pain, and back pain, I always try to incorporate one of these tools. So a lot of people have pain right here. The trapezius muscles, scapula are all very tight. So I would go in there and I would do this with more force.
It all started with one person that fueled inspiration and knowledge to the next generation, and the torch continues to be handed down.
It's really rare, I think, to have 3 generations of healthcare practitioners able to work together. I learned so much from my grandmother, my mother, different treatment strategies, different philosophies. Experience, I don't think any amount of textbooks or school can teach you.
Asian Americans have a long-established history of entrepreneurial success. Inspired by his parents, who opened one of the first Asian businesses in the area, Tetsui Chino was bound to become an entrepreneur himself.
They opened one of the first Japanese travel agencies in the Washington metropolitan. They wanted to, help the Japanese community. This part, I only have just a scallop.
With the same desire to help his community and address a need, Tetsu opened Maruichi in the hearts of Rockville, which is one of the only 3 Japanese grocery stores in the entire DC area.
Maruichi is my family symbol, or actually my father's side family symbol. Maru means circle, and Ichi means 1. So it's just a circle and a 1 inside it. So it's like very, very simple. So I wanted to incorporate or name my store Maruichi.
Over the years, Maruichi has expanded its selection to become a one-stop shop for all Japanese-related food items, as well as cultural and seasonal items. And most recently, Tetsu has started sharing easy-to-follow Japanese recipes on his website with the intention to promote the Japanese cuisine he grew up enjoying.
I can't compete with size, but I can compete with more genuine Japanese food and the freshness. I think the customers, appreciate that.
Asian Americans have also made significant contributions to the development of educational programs and research. 2 MCPS teachers, with the support of 16 MCPS students, created the Asian Pacific Islander DESI American Studies course, which was approved by the Board of Education last fall.
All in favor, raise your hand. That is unanimous.
Neha Singhal, one of the creators of the course, wishes that a course like this was available when she was an MCPS student herself.
I was in 9th grade when 9/11 happened. People are staring. I'm reading then about all of the hate crimes that are happening against Muslim folks, South Asian folks, Sikh folks, and being really scared. I really started to realize that nothing in our social studies curriculum at the time, that was 20 years ago, had anything to do with Asian Americans. That to me was a turning point of like, it's really horrific that something like that can happen, and we don't have any ways in our school systems at that time to support students, to teach about histories of people, to really engage folks also on the harmful impact of racism and xenophobia and stereotypes.
There's no wrong answer, as long as you can explain why there's a connection, that's all it is.
Co-creator Yangsu Kang always felt pressure to assimilate to American culture in order to feel accepted. As an educator, Yangsu's mission is to help young Asian American students navigate the challenges of reconciling their identity and understanding their history.
As someone who teaches history and loves learning history, if I don't know and our students don't know about Asian American history, they don't really know about themselves and how they fit, right? What do they end up resorting to if they don't know their history? They resort to stereotypes. They resort to other people's narratives, other people's stories, and how other people will decide their value.
What makes this curriculum even more unique is the fact that it includes the perspective of students.
Culture is not so integral to the story. It's just been a great opportunity to see all of these other students from different backgrounds come together and talk about, Asian American issues as well as cross-racial solidarity and things like that.
The course is being piloted in Richard Montgomery and Clarksburg high schools, with plans to expand to other schools.
My biggest hope for this course is that we are able to expand to all of the high schools in MCPS, making sure that we have people who want to both take the course as well as teach the course.
Whether it's through government, nonprofit organizations, medicine, entrepreneurship, or education, the contributions of Asian Americans are crucial to the progress and prosperity of society, bring diverse perspectives, experiences, and talents that enrich and strengthen our community.
That was a wonderful video. Thank you very much to our communications team and to everybody who participated in it. I see many of you in the room and of course here on the dais as well. And Councilmember Mink, I love those photographs. I have not seen those on Instagram, so please keep sharing on social media. I want more. What we would normally do is allow all of my colleagues a moment to speak, but given the time and given the council's agenda, we are going to read the proclamation, then we can all take a group photograph so that we can all enjoy each other's company upstairs at lunch. So I hope you all are agreeable with that. And so first, we will start the proclamation that all of my colleagues and I will participate in reading. And I'll begin. A proclamation from Montgomery County, Maryland. Whereas Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, also known as AAPI Month, is recognized throughout the month of May to honor the irreplaceable roles that these communities have played in our past and to celebrate the contributions made by generations of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders to American history, society, and culture. And
whereas During Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we honor the perseverance of those who courageously reached for their dreams in a new land and forged a proud legacy that reflects our nation. And
whereas the Asian American population continues to grow in the U.S. and more than 40% of Maryland's Asian American population lives in Montgomery County. And
whereas Montgomery County residents of Asian and Pacific Islander heritage come from all parts of Asia and the Pacific islands of Melanesia, Micronesia, Polynesia, and
whereas more than 163,000 county residents identify themselves as Asian Americans or Pacific Islanders, which represents more than 15% of our population. They hail from more than 37 countries of origin and more than 20 different ethnic subgroups. And
whereas, as one of the most culturally and linguistically diverse groups in the U.S., the Asian American and Pacific Islander communities remind us that while we all have distinct backgrounds and origins, we share the same hopes and aspirations for ourselves and our community. And
whereas in commemorating this month, we recognize the rich heritage of our Asian American and Pacific Islander communities who play a pivotal role in shaping our society. And
whereas this year's Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month theme is Advancing Leaders Through Opportunity, and we highlight Asian American and Pacific Islander residents' groundbreaking impact and service in government, the public sector, and in the fields of medicine, business, and education. And
whereas Asian American and Pacific Islanders are using their voices to make a difference in their communities by following their passions and sharing them with the residents of Montgomery County in all forms of industry, profession, and interest. And
whereas Asian American and Pacific Islander trailblazers are succeeding each day in helping to shape the county's future and add their voice and experiences to make our community a better place to live, work, worship, and raise a family. And
whereas together we recommit ourselves to embracing the diversity that enriches our county and ensuring that all people have an equitable opportunity to succeed.
And now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby recognizes May as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, presented on this, the second day of May in the year 2023, presented by the entire County Council. And so now, if everybody's who's here to celebrate, come on down. We have some proclamations. We'll take some wonderful photos, and then we'll go celebrate upstairs.